In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a premium service, such as a personal training session. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to enter the title of the service. So for example, PT 60 minutes. I'm going to check, yes, this is associated to the personal training service category. So all of the bookings will then be filtered onto the personal training schedule because there is a specific schedule configured for that. I'm going to configure this so that the activity, the colours of this appointment show for personal training. I'm going to configure the duration. I don't need to consider this for service delivery hours. Service delivery hours is mainly used by large health club chains when trainers are on shift, etc., and not. For a studio and for PTs, individual trainers, this may be used, but it's not necessary for this specific tutorial. Here I have the ability to add the group size. This is an individual one-to-one personal training session, so I'm going to leave it for individual, but I'm going to put a description in for this particular service. I can put a video in if required. This could show on the client's site to be able to see a promo video of this particular service. The colours, it shows on the schedule in a particular colour, and I have the option to keep the default system default logo, or I can change that around. On the right-hand side of this form, I have the ability to configure the different roles, who can make a reservation for this service. For an individual trainer, just leave it as it is. For a studio, you can choose whether or not you'd like your staff, your clients, your receptionist, PT Group X managers and management to be able to make a booking for this. Because this is a premium service, I'm going to have credits and show credits. That you can configure the custom cancellation policy for this specific service by configuring either the system default, which you can change in settings, or you can choose to have a specific ad hoc. So you might say it's actually 12 hours we give people a cancellation, or we can leave it for 24 hours. You can choose how far in advance people can make a reservation for this particular service. But for personal training, you might decide, well, actually, I'm only allowing people to book me 7 days in advance, or I might say there's no restriction and I'm happy for that. You can choose to restrict to book prior, i.e., for example, if you only want to make people book 1 hour in advance as a minimum booking for this particular service, you can choose that. Otherwise, someone could see you're available at 5 o'clock and the time is 5 minutes to 5 and then make a booking with you. So you can configure if you want to restrict people in advance or leave that as blank. You have the options to change the age range if it's for all or over. You've got to be over 18, for example. You have the ability to configure if this service has a waiting list. For services which are individual group size, I'd recommend you disable this option. Send a reminder via email. Recommend that this is turned on so that you can remind clients, hi Rob, don't forget your PT 60 minutes with Anna Carey in Chelsea tomorrow at 3 o'clock. It's a good process to have that in place. If you wanted to make it a read-only booking, i.e. nobody could join, cancel any bookings, that could be selected as read-only, but for now we'll leave that as active. When you no longer want to offer this particular service, you can deactivate it. And the restrict to book only with advanced credits, I'm going to select yes, because in this scenario, because it's a PT 60 minutes, it's a premium service, I only want people to book if they paid me in advance or a package has been assigned to their profile. I'm going to select by package and I'm going to select all related packages. The reason I'm going to configure this is so that if you're offering an autumn weight loss program, for example, and there could be a PT credit in there for PT 60 minutes, then when the member goes to select buy, add a booking, they have no credits, it shows them the message, select buy, it will then show you all the packages where this service, PT 60 minutes, is included within that. I'm going to now select which trainer or trainers in the club, or as an individual trainer, I'm going to select where I now offer this particular service. So if you offer this service in multiple locations, you've added multiple locations. If it's just in one place, then select that. It's now important to select the bulk ad, select all, and create. This service is now created here on the form. And I can see which trainers are offering this service in a particular location, but I can also go back in and make any changes to the service as needed. Making sure that if you do make any changes, you always select the select all and update the service to save these changes.